this is just a walk. And I'm writing as if it was like this grand thing that was gonna happen. Others joined us, others passed us by. See what I mean? Others walked with us, and then others were like
Flipping through the pages of my old journals, with every turn another memory.
Hello, and welcome to episode 84 of Journaling Through the Years. I'm Lia-Liz, and this is a series on this channel wherein I read an entry from my journals that I've been writing in since I've been old enough to hold a pen or a pencil. And I am starting this, and I think I might have read it already. Oh, hold on. Blurt this out. I'm starting this one. Whoops, wrong one. I'm going to blur out my address that was there, even though I don't live there anymore. But yeah, I think I read this already. I think I talk about the whale of a time, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. So I'm going to start reading it in the next couple episodes. And if you recognize anything, say, hey, we read that, and I'll toss it. I'll burn it. Just kidding. Because it's related to camp. But I don't think we've read this particular one. So, because I believe I was a junior in this particular, I believe this was my junior year. So right on. Before we get started, remember the bonfire merch. We've got the Jesus Loves Queer, Recover Equals Sexy, and all the Doctor Who fan fiction merch. You can find out about that in the links below, as well as becoming a patron if you want to. And yeah, we came upon a clearing. It looks like a cleaning. We came upon a clearing. No, we came upon a clearing. Yet we kept plodding along. Yet we kept walking, and then I crossed it off. Yet we kept plodding, plow, along in a straight line. He walked beside me, the boy with the long black hair. When I was younger, that was my camp crush. We talked about him. I think I just called him D. For a time now, we were together. I'm writing like this was for my 16-year-old self, this was special. But this is just a walk. And I'm writing as if it was this grand thing that was going to happen. Others joined us, others passed us by. See what I mean? Others walked with us, and then others were like, we gotta get by. But the ones that stayed gave me a smile, gave me love, offered me a shoulder. Here. Now you have two, now you have three. Promise to always be there. Where are you now? Huh? Just kidding. I dropped behind always and watched them walk ahead, wondering if I had been to them as they have been to me. He wears a black bandana. He stops and waits for my approach. I try to flag him onward with my hand, yet he does not budge. He and the boy with the long black hair are my brothers, my soulmates. They will not part from my side. Okay, so if this is junior year, and sophomore year ended with the horror that was Princess Bride boyfriend and my so-called best friend in Bad A. And I went through all that heartbreak and all that loss and kind of came out the other side a little bit damaged, but stronger. There's definitely some damage and some long-rooted pain that was never fully dealt with from that had lingering effects all the way until maybe into my 30s, actually. And that was just something I had to deal with. Nothing really against the people that were part of it. That's just part of my journey and part of my healing. It was a sense of betrayal, going from being a little girl that trusted and was searching love and acceptance and security from another, and then losing that. It was so painful. And so it left this mark of trying to hold on to anyone I could, because no, don't leave me. But here I'm writing about friends, and you know, I was joking about how there wasn't anything special, it was just a moment. But there is something sweet about a moment in time walking down a path, and this was definitely at Camp Ravencliff, which I've told you about before. Just a moment walking together, walking on this old like country path. We're probably all dirty because that's what you got at camp. You always had dirty feet, no matter how many times you showered. You were always dirty because you just walk out and get dusty and dirty again. And just this moment, a slice of time that you go through every day where you're just walking with your friends. And it's also kind of symbolic that you're walking together and that some are just passing by and you don't see them and they don't really make such a difference to them and them to you because they just walk. They pass you by, but others stay for a time at least. And in that time, in that walk, they make that difference, and you make that difference to them. And I also find it interesting that I stayed back and watched and wondered if I had meant something to them or done something for them. And the answer was right there. The friend stopped and waited for me. And I, no, go ahead. And he was like, no, come on. What are you waiting for? And that was the answer. Is that, yeah, I mattered to them. I made a difference, even though I didn't know it at the time, even though I didn't believe in myself, even though I had all this pain and this insecurity. And I probably reached out to them in that pain. So they probably understood what I'd been going through. And, you know, being 15-year-old boys, they didn't know how to react other than to just kind of walk alongside of me. And that's all it meant. And like I said, they were my soulmates. These were the same boys that I wrote the story about, the rollerblade story, where we were supposedly older, these older people, and we went rollerblading. What does that mean? So, yeah, I think that's a good way to start episode 84, in that sense of just looking at those that are by your side, walking with you in this moment. And it's going to change. People are going to go off and then come back together and then go off again. Some of them are going to be, maybe they're going to be far away, but they'll be kind of connected to you, especially in this age of social media. But just being aware of those that are by your side throughout life. And that simple act of walking with them, both physically and symbolically. And realize that if they have made a difference in your life, you have as well, or they wouldn't stay. And hopefully that they are being nice to you and you're not staying in something that isn't you're deserving of, because you are loved, you are worthy of love, you matter, and your life matters. And always remember to love your thrive and find your sunshine.